Aloha guys, and welcome back to the Stillwell Garage. I'm Cameron Sile, and in today's episode of Let's Build a Turbo Taco, I'm going to show you guys how I saved myself almost $1,000 in machine shop bills. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Unfortunately, this video is not gonna be everything that I truly wanted it to be. The SD card in my camera messed up, and that just basically botched half of the hot tanking process, so there really won't be a whole lot of that. But I'll go ahead and give you guys like a couple of little quick glimpses of what the hot tank was like, and then we'll go ahead and get into like taking the head out of the hot tank because I have that footage. So let's get it, guys. So our head has been soaking now for a couple hours. I think it's about time we take it out. Man, it is hot in there. Oh my goodness, look at all the junk that's just coming off of that head. Oh, I already know this is gonna be heavy. Ooh, that is warm. It's nice and warm. Okay, not as heavy as I thought it was gonna be. Oh god, gotta get all that water out. So we have the head out of the hot tank, and I just keep managing to cut myself. Like, here's some proof of that. I don't know what I cut myself on, but yeah, so like most of our carbon deposits and stuff like that on the valves are pretty much gone, and even if they're not gone, like with my fingernail I'm able to scrape most of this stuff off. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that up. So this is what our 2JZ block looks like after our homemade hot tank. You can see here that there is literally no dirt when I touch any of this. So this is actually oil that I put on there afterwards to make sure that we don't get rusting in our cylinders or any other passages that, we may not be able to clean the water out of perfectly. So I sprayed a lot of that stuff down with WD-40 afterwards. But one of the things that I thought was awesome, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to pick that up on camera, but beforehand, this plate right here was all black. I couldn't see anything on it, but there's actually what says Toyota all the way across this little VIN tag here. And I would have never known that. So I am really happy with how this came out, and I would definitely just suggest leaving it in there for a little bit longer. So as you can see, we still have some old head gasket material left on top of the deck on this block. So we're gonna go ahead and clean that up, wipe everything down, and then we'll mask it up and tape it. I'm just gonna go real simple with it. I just went and got some gloss black engine enamel. So let's get it. guys, so once again ran into some SD card issues. No big deal, I've got all brand new SD cards and all class 10, all the good stuff. But basically I just wanted to show you guys how the finish came out after we were able to get the block all nice and clean and painted. Alright guys, so now it is time to hone our cylinder walls. So I was able to get this tool at my local AutoZone for like 25 bucks. I just rented it. I got all my money back once I returned it. So if I can get it here on Hawaii, I'm sure you guys can get it at your place. Just make sure to be careful, slow with this, and make sure not to pull out the honing tool straight out, because if you do that, then you'll leave vertical lines in your cylinder walls, and that's not good. So let's get it, guys. Definitely have some good cross hatching going on here. You can see it relatively well in cylinder number 2 here. It's really hard to pick it up on camera on the first cylinder. Three more to go. Alright guys, so we are done with honing our block. You might be able to pick this up on the camera, but I'm not really sure. You can kind of see our cross hatching there. And I went a little overboard on cylinder 1 just because I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with everything. But the main reason I was doing this just so that I knew I had a new fresh surface for the rings to seal on. So yeah, let's go ahead and put one of our rings in. Now that we have our piston rings properly gapped, we can go ahead and get those installed on the pistons. But before we install the pistons, we actually got to get the crank in. I am going to reuse the factory crank bearings and thrust washers, but as for the connecting rods, I did go ahead and get brand new Performance King connecting rod bearings. So let's get it, guys. So we have our torque wrench set up for 33 foot-pounds. So we're gonna start from the inside out. Now that our crank has been installed and torqued properly, we got to go ahead and get our pistons into the block. So it's relatively simple, just use lots of lube and make sure that you line everything up properly. Make sure to clock your piston rings and then pretty much just pop them in. Torquing process for the connecting rods are going to be the same as the crank, except for it's, I think, 22 foot-pounds and then another additional 90 degrees. So let's go, guys. Alright guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you like what's going on here, what we're doing with the build. I'm just trying to save myself some money and document the process. I'm not really trying to do like how-to videos, But anyways, this is what we are left with after, you know, saving ourselves $1,000 in machine shop bills.